Hey y'all, Halfmilesniper here. I'm back on my favorite range at Whittington Center. Well, one of my favorite ranges. There's a bunch of ranges on the Whittington Center, but this is the side-end range. My actual favorite range is the one with the buffalo. And today we're going to rezero my rifle, the 6.5 PRC, with my suppressor. Last time out we had kind of a ugly go of things, and I think that was the very old, many times reloaded Hornady brass. And I am hobbling my way out to the target to set the target cam up. So, sit back, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. So what we have here today, we have our LaRue for aiming point target with 1/2-inch squares. We're at the 100-yard line. I got my target cam down here so we can hopefully see what I'm doing. And we'll get the shooting here. 7,000 feet, a little bit less oxygen. Gotta get acclimated to the altitude. So give me a second to turn this on and I'll talk to you as we walk back to the rifle. Alrighty, target camera is running. It's going to take me a little bit longer to head back to the firing line because, well, on the 4th of July, I was repairing a sprinkler head, and when I stood up, I got a very sharp searing pain in my left heel. I don't know if I have developed a heel spur, bone spur on the heel, or if I overstretched a ligament, but let me tell you what, it's very painful walking. And then to be walking on the uneven ground makes it a little bit more challenging. Can't tell if I'm walking a little bit like Grandpa from the Real McCoys, or if I'm walking like Chester from Gunsmoke. But hopefully I get back to the target line before the target cam runs out of battery. And the fact that I'm humping up and down the range multiple times every day during the match is not helping anything, but we're almost back. Alrighty, y'all, let me get the chronograph set up. Now, as we recall, the 54.3 grains of H4831 back at my home range seemed to be averaging right at 2920. Last time out, we were averaging 2926. I gotta go find my ears. Got them laying on the tailgate. Last time out we averaged 29.26 or 29.25. Now I have my Thunder Beast Ultra 7 suppressor. It's the titanium suppressor attached. Last time out we were hitting low, which I purposely set it low because I knew if I remember correctly, my point of impact shift is up. So what we're going to shoot today, look at my cheat sheet notes here. We are going to shoot a couple of rounds out of once fired nozzler brass. But let me double check that. Okay, it's 10 rounds once fired nozzler brass. So I got 10 rounds of once fired nozzler brass. I don't intend to shoot 10 rounds this sitting or this session because I do want to save some ammo for the buffalo. I do want to save some ammo for there's a 700-yard target. Okay, enough yapping. This is 54.3 grains of H4831, pushing 147 grain ELDM out of once fired nozzler brass. Be shooting my Howa 1500 with a 24-inch barrel and now 7 inches of suppressor. Downrange, there's the 4 aiming points. I will say I miss my small dots. There's way too much target to look at. And we got some wind going now, but it's coming from behind, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I'm going to start. I'm going to aim at the lower left, and we'll see where we head, and we'll see how much velocity increase we get from the suppressor. .2923, and that took us up. I'm going to put a second shot down range and see if it's the same spot. Okay, so we're same left-right, and it looks like it hit maybe 3/4 of an inch lower. So we want to go down, and we want to go left. Let's see what this does. 2906. Interesting, my ammo's from the nozzler brass is running slower. Ah, yes. I like that one there. Okay, that's pretty close to the middle. Let me put 2 more on that target. For a 3-shot group. Looks like those are touching 2917. And I kind of rushed that shot and put it a 1/2 inch high, 2912. But I am real pleased with that, especially off our last time out. I'm going to run down there. I'm going to reposition my target cam. And we're going to go ahead and double check our 200-yard drop with our scope set the way we have it. I'll bring you all right back. Alrighty, well there's our 200-yard target. That black dot between me and the truck, that's the 100-yard target. And the truck all the way back there by the bench, that's 200 yards away. That's a long walk. I just repositioned the target camera out to the 200-yard target. Did my Grandpa McCoy walk back. And we are in nice alignment. So We saw off that last group that we are zeroed, and all y'all pretty much know I don't zero my rifle to hit the dot. I like to miss the dot and let the group go. You end up looking at stuff you shouldn't be looking at. But up here, these targets, I work with what I have. An okay group. It's going to be just about a ½ inch, give or take. We'll measure it out in a little bit. But first, we're going to shoot us a 3-shot group holding 0 here at the 200-yard line, and just see again if we have what we had last time out. Which last time we shot this rifle, we had, I want to say it was an 1.5 inch drop. So we'll see. Last time out, and again, this was shooting once fired nozzler brass. Our 3-shot, or pardon me, our 5-shot average for the 100-yard line was 29.14, so just a hair slower than the Hornady brass, which tells me there may be a little bit more case capacity in the nozzler brass. I'm going to reset. We'll see if we still hold there at about the 29.15, 29.14-ish, and we'll see what kind of drop we get. The wind, we got wind that's kind of quartering. I'm just going to hold 0, and we're going to let the group fall where it falls. And it's pretty good gust. Got some weather moving in on us. So let me reset real fast, and we'll get a new session going. All set up. Here I loaded with 3 rounds. Even though I've got the suppressor on, I'm going to put my run in my inner ears. It is much quieter. And I'm going to shoot. I'm going to hold the top left target. Yes, I'm going to hold the top left box on that 200-yard target. Target camera should be well out of the way. $29.19. I jerked the crap out of that one. I took a running start at it. $29.07. The wind is pushing them out to the right. Yeah. We'll go ahead and shoot 2 more, make it a 5-shot group here at 200. And that wind is screaming. $29.26. Looks like it dropped a little bit more than I was expecting, but let me go pull that target and take a look at that. Alrighty, so first off we'll take a look at the 100-yard target. For those who want to see it on the target, because I guess they don't listen, but whatever. 54.3 grains, H4831, pushing 147 ELDM. This is out of once-fired nozzler brass and a CCI primer. Now this is also shooting with my suppressor. First shot, second shot, then I adjusted the scope and shot a 3-round 0.59-inch group. And that was a whole lot better than that many times fired Hornady brass. I think the Hornady brass is at the end of its life. Moving on to the 200-yard target. This was my aim point. The center of this 5-shot group is right about here, which is about 1.5 inches of drop. We had a stout wind coming from quartering from our left, so everything pushed over. I left it. I was more concerned with how much drop we're getting. I can't remember if this was the one that I called jerking the trigger or if this was the one that I called jerking the trigger, but I measured them out both ways, or all 3 ways. Overall group, all 5 shots, 2.41 inches at 200 yards. Yep, jerking the trigger kind of hurt that. If that was my jerk, the top 4 measure 1.73 inches. And if that was my jerk, the bottom 4 measure 1.66 inches. And if we take the jerk out of the equation, those are both sub-MOA groups at 200 yards. They're only a little bit over an MOA group, including the jerk. So, hey, sometimes you just gotta jerk it. So, okay, wind is picking up. I don't know if I'll be able to do much more out here with the rifle because I think the wind's going to start screaming. Although the storm seems to have gone around us, but the wind is here now. And that means more coming. So, hang on. So not too bad a deal here. We got a 5-shot average for the 200-yard group at 29.17. So, like I said, we were 29.20 at home. The suppressor should have given us a little bit more velocity. So what that tells me is the nozzler brass has a little bit more case capacity. That's why we have a little bit lower pressure on the, or a little bit lower velocity on the same charge. Because with the Hornady brass, I would expect that to be closer to 2050. But the shooting the once fired and getting the 0.59-inch group, I think helps seal the deal that the Hornady brass, the original Hornady brass that Randall Richardson sent me when I bought this gun, those cases have been loaded a bunch of times. Like, I want to say at least 17 times now. So yeah, I think it's time to put those Hornady cases in the recycler bin and get my $1.79 a pound out of them. Definitely got Randall's money's worth out of them. That's for sure. It was a beautiful day shooting today. Had a good practice getting things set up for the Texas State Championship tomorrow. I've got video I need to move to the computer. Don't know when I'll be able to start editing it because, well, I've got ammo trays and magazines that I've got to load and guns that I've got to clean for the match tomorrow because I want to do my best. And I do need to rest my ankle up a little bit because humping up and down this range, at the end of the day, after humping up and down the pistol range all day, I'm feeling it. And like wifey says, after we get home, I'm going to have to go visit the doctor. hopefully they'll be able to figure out what it is. I'm thinking possibly a bone spring. I'm here to tell you, whatever it is, it does not feel good. But all that being said, hey, look at that. Even jerking the trigger under a 2.5 inch group. If I pull the jerk out, well under 2 inches at 200 yards, so I'm happy that way. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. I appreciate all of y'all that hang out in the chat when we have a premiere. And those of y'all that hung out on the live with me while I was driving, I really appreciate that too. It helped keep my mind active. I don't know how many of y'all have driven through the wide vastness of the West, but it can get pretty boring sometimes. Beautiful scenery, but it can get pretty boring sometimes. And, y'all help keep me alert, so I appreciate that. Wind's coming up. I need to put my stuff away and get back to the trailer so we can get cleaned up. And I'd like to remind y'all, as I always do, carry everywhere you can. Get a CCW if you need one. If you're in a constitutional carry state, no reason not to be carrying 24/7. And if you travel, get a CCW because not everybody recognizes constitutional carry. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I had fun shooting it, even though it wasn't the best of days. But appreciate it. And hey, well, I'm not wearing any of my Halfmilesniper gear today, but the link below, we got t-shirts, we got ball caps, we got beer glasses, we got coffee cups and tumblers. Every little bit definitely helps support the channel because it sure isn't a money-making adventure for me. That's for darn sure. And YouTube and I are still at loggerheads over the homemade gun video. They can't fathom the fact that somebody can actually make a gun, I guess. And it's funny because they said, well, I asked for a specific timestamp where I was assembling or disassembling a gun. They said, well, we can't provide one. I said, yeah, no fake. You can't provide one because it doesn't exist because it never happened. But no rants from me. Until next time, y'all stay safe. Keep shooting. We'll catch you next time. Send it. Hit.